Every time I leave my house with my makeup done and wearing a nice outfit, I want to throw up. I get so scared because I feel like I'm doing the most.
I'm literally wearing a hoodie and shorts, and I feel overdressed. Like, no matter what I do, I always feel overdressed.
So my coworkers are always telling me that I'm always overdressed for work. Let me show you my outfit first.
Stop wearing pajamas to the job interview. Nothing tells me faster that you don't actually want to work here or anywhere when you roll up in your SpongeBob SquarePants, okay?
Why are you so dressed up? I'm just like too lazy for that. Like, I didn't ask why you look like a bum.
Something as simple as getting dressed up has turned into a problem, and you can feel it the moment you walk into a room. We now live in the day and age where looking like you tried is more embarrassing than looking like you didn't. From people wondering why looking nice is now something that you have to defend, to others purposely dressing down just to avoid attention, over time, looking nice has started to become a risk a lot of people aren't willing to take. Today, we're gonna talk about how dressing to impress has went from the norm to embarrassing, and the deeper reason behind why we've all become so afraid to just look good. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. And I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free, but hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie enough for you to take that next step. Now, really quick, I want to give a sincere apology to my supporters who saw the original title of my last video on girl math. While I won't repeat said title, if you know, you know, and I want to apologize to you personally because that title did not reflect who I am or what this channel stands for. To be honest, y'all, I was just like really proud of that video and I wanted it to get the push that I felt like it deserved. So I chose an off-the-wall title that I thought would create shock, but I didn't realize how distasteful the title was until it was too late. So I'm taking full accountability for that, and please know moving forward I have learned where I went wrong and it will not happen again. What I'm about to show you is terrifying. This right here is an 11-page report of everything data brokers have collected about me, from my name to my address, possible relatives, what I search up online, and even what I've brought online. It is so unsettling knowing complete strangers know more about me than what I've agreed to share. And in a world where people overshare everything online, it's no surprise your information could wind up in the wrong hands. Now, legally, these data brokers do have to remove this information if you ask them, but they make it very hard to do so. That's why I'm glad this video is sponsored by Aura. Aura does the hard work for you and helps protect your privacy by finding out where your personal data is being sold, automatically removing it off those sites and keeping it off for good. And they don't just stop there. Aura will get you real-time fraud alerts, credit monitoring, a built-in VPN, and up to $5 million in identity theft protection. You can try Aura for free for 14 days at aura.com/Janae Danyiel, and in just those 2 weeks, Aura will already start scrubbing your personal information off those data broker sites. I'm not leaving myself vulnerable, and you shouldn't either. There was a time when looking put together wasn't something you had to even think twice about. You got dressed up because that's just what people did. It wasn't a statement, you weren't doing it to prove anything, it was just expected.
The feminine silhouette became central for all types of women's clothing. High hemlines, tight waists, patterns, and colours took centre stage. Designers started experimenting with floral and vibrant geometric shapes to highlight how beautiful different bodies and physiques were.
People used to wear heels to the grocery store without batting an eye. You'd see men in suits at the airport, women in pearls at brunch, and girls in skirts and blouses on campus. That was their casual, and in a sense, it was like a shared understanding, almost like an unspoken rule that if you were leaving the house, you should probably look like it.
This is very important to all of us women, because the only time that we're not on parade is the time we spend in front of our dressing tables, and sometimes not even then.
And because that standard was everywhere, no one really questioned it. But slowly, that started to shift. As the world became more modernized, clothing trends started to take over, and that old-fashioned look that was normalized everywhere, it suddenly felt out of style.
Fashion is one of the only pieces of art that we consume on a daily basis and consistently engage with. It is one of the most defining tools of self-expression and a tool for creativity and self-discovery. So it breaks my heart when I see this.
And at first, it was pretty subtle. Those put together outfits back in the day, the tailored suits, the pantyhose, and heels at the grocery store, yeah, they started to not fit how fast-paced the world was becoming. And instead of classic and polished, people were preferring to choose comfort and relaxed.
I don't think we're giving ourselves enough props for making a tank top and jeans the most fashionable thing you can wear right now. Like, this is such a breath of fresh air. Thank you to the fashion influencers who normalized this.
So now there's this new wave of comfort over everything, where leggings became the new denim, hoodies and sweatpants were the go-to, loungewear became luxury, Crocs were acceptable at church, and eventually, over time, effort started to look a little embarrassing.
Am I the only one who feels like it's illegal to look cute? Like, I would change the cutest outfit ever and put on pajama pants and an ugly oversized shirt just because I feel out of place. Like, literally, look what I'm wearing. It's just impossible for me to go out the house looking cute. I always feel like it's a crime.
Fast forward to today, and people are feeling overdressed in outfits that used to be considered underdressed. Since everyone else lowered the bar, looking put together makes you stand out. You can step out looking nice, and suddenly it seems like you're the one that didn't read the room.
Can we normalize overdressing to the point where it's not even termed overdressing anymore? Because I'm sick and tired of walking into the bar and got on jean shorts and a crop top from Justice, and how I look like I'm trying too hard. First of all, I don't give a fuck, but when you get stared at like you're doing something illegal, feels a little weird.
And it doesn't even have to do with modesty or flashiness. It's just the intention behind the outfit. Because over time, in my opinion, I believe intention started to feel uncool. We live in a culture where, yeah, you're supposed to look good, but you're not supposed to look like you actually tried.
If you've ever put an outfit together and then worry that it looks like you tried too hard, this is one trick that I always use to avoid that.
So in comes the rise of the clean girl, lazy core fashion, where, let's be real, throwing something together is trendy.
The outfits that are trending are becoming more and more simple, like even wearing a plain white tank top to go out to the bars. That would have been unheard of like 5 years ago, but this is my take on why it's happening. This simple wardrobe is commonly associated with old money, and when you're under financial anxiety, dressing like you have old money eases the pain. Like, I literally think dressing like this is like a coping mechanism.
And I'm not necessarily saying that the outfits look bad, okay? I love a good, simple t-shirt and a pair of sweatpants. Everyone does. I just think it's interesting that what used to be considered undressed is now the go-to and safest option. So, would you like to know what happens when someone does decide to put an effort into how they look, but everyone around them decided to play it safe? Well, they get reactions because apparently being dressed up in public is so rare nowadays, it needs documentation.
The content I hate the most on this app are those people who are like filming the public's reaction to my outfit, filming the public's reaction to me, and it's just them walking and then zooming in on people in the background who are glancing for 0.2 seconds and being like,
There's been a huge trend of people filming themselves in nice outfits, walking through streets of hoodies and sweatpants, and raking up millions of views just for standing out. And I truly believe that the reactions themselves show the full picture. We're not used to seeing anyone look like they care anymore.
As a college student, I get asked all the time, how do you always have an outfit on? How do you always try to look put together? Like, this is kind of insane. Do you not want to wear sweats sometimes?
If you've ever been hit with that dreaded question, or what I believe to be the most backhanded compliment ever, why are you so dressed up? You may feel the need to defend yourself. You may even feel a little embarrassed because you didn't read the room. Oh, I'm the only one here that, looks a bit more polished.
One of my women managers, she said to me, you don't always have to dress up. A simple t-shirt and jeans is fine. I'm not going to wear simple jeans and t-shirt to work. It's just not me. I love to dress over the top. Should I be less of myself if I'm going to like a job interview? Or should I just be myself? Because I feel like this is just me.
So some people, they try to brush it off by saying, oh, I'm going somewhere after this. Or this whole thing, I just threw this on. We've learned to soften the moment just to make other people feel better and almost make ourselves not feel like we tried. Because nowadays it seems like effort only counts when it's unintentional, when you actually don't try.
I just got the best compliment. I took my nephew to a soccer practice, not even a game, a practice. This is me, okay? Nothing special. I brought all my kids. We all sat and watched the practice. And this really sweet lady said, oh my gosh, you look so pretty. You're all dressed up. Where are you going after this? And I said, here. And she said, you're so dressed. Wow, you're really dressed up for this.
Let's be real. A lot of people don't want to walk into a room and immediately feel like they did too much. And you want to know why? It's because standing out is more embarrassing than looking good is rewarding. The pressure now isn't to look your best, it's to look like everyone else. Think about it. We live in a what are you wearing culture where people would rather match the room than stand out.
Hot girls on TikTok, what are we wearing to run errands these days?
All right, all my girlies, this is why it's so important to ask your homegirl, what are we wearing when we go out? Because y'all, let me show you what I'm wearing. Y'all see it, right? Sweatpants. Chill, I was gonna throw some slides on. Look at my bestie. Like, y'all, what? This is why we asked, what are we wearing?
And we can be honest here, because I'm that type of person. You watching this right now, you may be that type of person too. But the more we try to blend in, the faster individual style dies out.
Full offense, but why are we all dressing the exact same? If you were just scrolling and purchasing every single outfit that every single influencer is wearing just to look like every other in the block, get a grip. Go touch grass, honestly. It honestly makes me so sad to see the lack of individualism these days, and maybe I'm just getting older, but it just really breaks my heart.
And the saddest part to me is that that mindset has already gotten to most of the younger generation.
Why are you wearing a pajama pants? Why? I told you, don't be wearing pajama pants to school, man. Those are new Cookie Monster pajama pants. Bro, you look like you live with your grandma, bro.
In schools, back in the day, looking presentable used to be the standard. In my past video, Nobody Dresses for School Anymore, we go in detail on how kids used to dress to impress, maybe wearing uniforms and just preparing themselves for adult life. But today, those dress codes kinda stopped getting passed down. Aside from an occasional career day here and there, a lot of people never learned how to dress for a job interview, or even what semi-formal means.
It's kids in here doing a mock job interview, and y'all wouldn't believe what they got on. Little shit don't even make sense.
You'd never wear pajamas, slides, or bonnets to class because it just wasn't appropriate. But now, that's normal. A lot of students don't dress up for school anymore, not because they're lazy, which laziness probably does come into play a little bit, but they don't do it because no one else is. And I'm sorry, but for a generation that was never taught to dress for anything beyond comfort, the idea of putting effort into their outfits probably feels performative and try hard. So if dressing up already feels like you're doing the most, imagine being or living in a place that prioritizes simplicity over standing out. In certain towns or areas of the world, this discomfort can go even deeper.
Why is dressing up in your hometown so embarrassing? Every time I leave my house with my makeup done and wearing a nice outfit, I want to throw up. I get so scared because I feel like I'm doing the most in a city where everyone's doing the least.
Now, if you've seen my video, Nobody Dresses for the Region Anymore, you probably get the full picture, but for those who haven't, in more smaller towns or conservative areas, showing up overdressed almost feels like breaking an unspoken rule. And anything too styled, too flashy, too city girl will immediately feel out of place. Trust me, I live in a small southern town. I'm the source.
In a big city, nobody gives a what you got on because there's so many people that dress differently. But if you go to the suburbs or you go to a small town and you put on something that's slightly out of line, slightly against the norm, people are gonna stare at you. You have a third eye growing out of your forehead. I try really hard to put on like outfits that are unique to me, things that I enjoy wearing. Not gonna lie, half the time I'm not wearing those things out.
So it's not just online pressure that's discouraging people from dressing to impress, it's cultural mindset too. You could chop this up to saying that, oh, everyone just prefers to dress more casually, but we're starting to lose individual style altogether. A lot of people aren't just afraid of looking bad, they're afraid of being looked at. And that's what makes so many of us play it safe.
I used to dress myself down so people would not feel insecure. There was a time I didn't wear what I really wanted to. I didn't say what I really wanted to say. And I never showed up into rooms to be magnetic. I actually tried to dim my light and be more digestible to people because I never wanted to be that girl. I didn't want to walk into a room and be the girl that everyone whispered about and called too much. Too overdressed, she was too confident, and she was so self-obsessed. So I softened my voice, I chose safe clothing, and I sat smaller to shrink myself, and I was still too much for people that had not met themselves yet. You know what the real cost was? It was the cost of me disappearing for my own life to satisfy other people.
We convince ourselves that dressing down keeps the attention away, when in reality, it just keeps us from expressing who we actually are. I do this. I'm really speaking to myself here. I have moments every day where I look in the mirror and I'm wondering, should I tone this outfit down? Even if I love the outfit, I'm thinking about what everyone else is gonna think instead of myself. And that fear has made a lot of us water ourselves down just to feel safe. And I don't like that. But here's the truth about all of this. Here's what a lot of people won't tell you when they see you all dressed up. Because most of the time, I don't think people are judging you. They're either wishing they had the confidence that you have, or they are judging themselves because they feel a little guilty for not trying like you.
I am so over this whole, oh, you look really dressed up. Where are you going after this? So because I have now taken it upon myself to look good, you have decided to make it your personal problem. You've now held the animosity in your heart and you're holding grudge because I've decided to look good.
That's why those backhanded compliments say a lot. The, why are you so dressed up? Why are you looking so good? What do you mean by that?
The thing is, when you choose to dress up a little bit more, what I'm noticing is that people will literally always say, why are you so dressed up? Oh, what were you so dressed up for? Is there an event later on? What's going on? I think it's so freaking weird. Why are you wearing leggings to work? Why are you in a athleisure in the office? Guess who's never asked anyone that question ever? Me.
Most of the time, they're being hard on themselves because they didn't have the confidence to be the only one in the room that's standing out. If you love getting dressed up, continue to do so. Be the person that reminds everybody else that effort still means something.
A lot of people still ask me, how do you go out in public dressed like a Victorian era bar wench pirate queen and not get embarrassed? And you want to know the answer? I still do. But what I remind myself of is that life is extremely fleeting. And if later today I get hit by a bus while wearing my Lululemon leggings and Brandy Melville Chloe 14 top and sneakers, I will be extremely upset.
Because the more we hide behind the fear of standing out, the more we lose the individuality that makes us us. I really feel like I made this video mainly for myself. It's like a little pep talk because I do think we're all ready to bring effort back without feeling shamed for it. Thanks for tuning into the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. If you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and leave a purple heart down below. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever classy people like you do before heading to the next video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! I'm really loving the vibe of this outfit. I feel like I had to dress nice. I had to put in a little effort since that's the whole topic. All right, bye y'all.